What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I haven't uploaded in a while, a few days, a few weeks, I think. But gonna get back to it. I really want to pursue this more, and I've been playing a lot more solo queue now. Been playing a few different champions. Been playing a lot of Brand, a lot of Nidalee, and a lot of Viego. And I've been playing some Zed. So today, I just wanted to go through the Nidalee game that I just played and, show you guys the game from my POV, tell you guys what I'm thinking. So let's get down to it. First things first, starting Q, max range spear, and then you just keep swapping forms when your abilities go on cooldown or come off cooldown. So every time I get my thing back, I switch back to the spear, or switch back to the human form so I can spear. Then you go W second, always throw a spear and then put a W down and instantly transform and jump. And then you'll have 2 jumps before you have to transform back, throw another spear. And it's kind of the pattern of Lilia or Nidalee clearing. Sorry, I don't know what is going on right now, guys. It's kind of early in the morning and I've kind of lost it. But I want to show you guys this game because I know a lot of people love Nidalee, but she's one of the hardest champions to play. But here I see that the Silas is cheesing me. So I actually go back in. It's a little risky. Here I dodge away, throw a spear. Almost kill him. But I have my potion. So usually I don't go potion, guys, when I'm jungling. But when you're playing a champion like Nidalee, a lot of the times it helps to go a potion because you're fighting a lot. Nidalee loves to fight. So you can sometimes make the difference by popping your potion, and there I survived the ignite because of my potion. So, and now I'm just very scared of getting invaded. They have an enemy. The enemy team has a Kha'Zix, so I'm really scared right now. I'm gonna make sure to trap every single bush, so I know that what's going on. But yeah, and then now obviously when you have E, just keep healing yourself, keep yourself healthy. Gives you attack speed as well. But yeah, what I was gonna say is, guys, I've been playing a lot of Brand. I'm like one of the only people in Hilo that kept playing Brand as, hold on, let me turn this off. I'm one of the only people that kept playing Brand when he got nerfed, like a long time ago. And now, last patch, they just buffed Brand jungle. And they just announced that they're buffing Brand again because he's still the lowest win rate jungler. So, guys, I don't think Brand is weak. I have almost a 60% win rate on him. I've hit Challenger multiple times playing him. So, what I think would help a lot is if I made a guide on Brand. So if you guys are interested in me making a Brand guide and explaining to you guys, how to clear, what items to build, how to play team fights, all that stuff, I think I'm gonna make a Brand guide, maybe next week or this week. We'll see. But yeah, so just to pause here. By the way, I see the Aatrox teleport back and he didn't go for ward, so I just sit here. I don't know if he warded this earlier or not. I don't think he did. But he's playing kind of safe, so I just decided to recall him. You might be asking yourself, oh, I see a fight breakout, so you go. I see Kha'Zix, so I know it's bad already. I smite the cannon just to be a little sneaky and get some extra gold. But yeah, so the reason I pathed up here this game is because, when you're playing in high elo and you have a Jace, maybe if you're playing a low elo too, you can still path your Jace. It's good to path to Jace players. Yeah, here I just inted, by the way, but the Aatrox gives me a kill, so I'm very happy. But what I was gonna say is I like to path towards Jace players because a lot of the times they'll get the enemy top laner low and you can, get a free dive or get a free kill when, because they're poked down. But this Jace did not win lane, so it was a little awkward, but I still managed to get 2 kills, so I'm pretty happy. And I got the kill on Silas, or I got the assist on Silas earlier, so game's not going too bad. But since he's so weak, I actually decide to path down here. So even though initially I pathed up, because I spent so much time top lane, I could kind of decide where the rest of my path go. Like, I could decide, because I spent so much time on that play, I can decide in what direction I want to do my next clear. So I don't know why I'm having such a hard time talking, but pretty much what that means is if you do spend a lot of time doing something early game and you come out of base and you see all of your camps are up, then you can reevaluate the game and full clear in whichever direction you want. Obviously I skipped my Gromp because it hadn't spawned yet. But I don't know what my Yona's doing here going in like that. And I see Kha'Zix doing the dragon now. Seeing this, yeah, Silas will int, but no. But pretty much this game is kind of awkward. I passed top lane, my top laner was losing. I passed towards bot lane, and my Jhin was like recalling because he was so low health. Here, I kept my eye on top lane as I was doing the Void Grubs. This was something you should do, like always keep your eye on the lane that's close to you as you're doing an objective. So I'm perfectly fine just taking one Void Grub and then going for a gank. I can always just come back here. My top laner is pushing in, and my Yone mid is like pushing in as well. So it's not like Kha'Zix can really do anything about this. You see Kha'Zix mid, so I know I get all 3 Void Grubs for free. And we picked up assist. So now, knowing that I pathed down for my last clear, I can just do this Gromp now, and my camps should all be spawning. So this Gromp, even though this Gromp is from my last rotation, it wasn't worth just going back to clear it. I had to do things on the map, so I just kept it up, and now I can, implement this Gromp into my second rotation or my third rotation of camps. So the next time they'll spawn in, in the correct order and efficiently. I think here I decided to wait a little bit after this wolf camp because I see that my blue buff is spawning. So just make sure to get that. Sometimes in Nidalee, it's a little tricky to know when you should recall and when you should greed and keep on farming, because you never really get low in the jungle because of your heal. So here, I was going to my bot side, but I see this Kha'Zix is walking in. I think I took the wrong path here. I should have went the other way around so I could have gotten there faster. But this Kha'Zix does some weird things. Just make sure to punish that. If you guys want to know, this game was really early in the morning, so everyone except for me and the Janna was masters. So it wasn't the highest quality of game. But it shows, like, maybe you can see like the difference. Like that Kha'Zix was kind of making an unnecessary play by going for a fight there. He had no idea where I was. I mean, he should have assumed that I was close by. Oh, somebody took my red buff. There's no crab. So here, guys, I want you guys to know something very important about body language. So right here, I Q this blue buff, and I'm going to start hitting it. And I notice that the Silas starts acting all weird. He starts walking towards my area, walking out of vision. So I 100% know that there's a ward like in this bush or something that's spotting me. So I know that the enemy team knows that I'm doing this blue buff. So I'm going to keep that in mind as I do it. And just think about that. I know that this Silas knows I'm here, but he doesn't know that we know that he knows. So I'm just going to keep doing it. And boom, as soon as he shows his hand, my team kind of unveils on him. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the kill. I don't know. My Jenna used her Q on the blue buff. I decide this wall is really strong because you can throw spears through it and people can't really dodge it. I decided to hang around here for a little bit. I know my red's not up, so it's just my Krugs. And I thought it'd be better value to just go back to my spawning camps and, you know, maybe get the Scuttle Crab. I think right here I check the shop and I see that I can buy Lichbane if I just clear this crab. I missed my spear. That's all good. Yeah, you definitely don't want to stay on the map with 2,000 gold. So I just see if I can greed towards my Lichbane before resetting, and I could because of, you know, all the early kills that I've gotten this game. So now I have Lichbane, so now I know that I'm really strong. So I ping my team that the Void Grubs are spawning. This is something that's very important, is to ping your team, you know, at least a minute before an objective spawns if you want to fight it. If you don't want to fight it, you should ping your team, you know, away from the objective and maybe towards the opposite side of the map, you know. A lot of times in high elo, if you're going to give the enemy team the dragon because you know you can't win the fight, you're going to want to already be putting yourself in a position where you're pathing towards top lane to punish the enemy team. You know, by punishing them, taking dragon. So while they're taking dragon, you go for a top lane play. So here I just went for a cheeky spear. Because I hit my spear, I think I guaranteed kill this guy. There's no way for him to get away. And now because I killed him, even though my Jace died, my Janna's here, so I can actually walk in and contest the grubs. But I hope that made sense. What I was saying is, you know, you should always know as the jungler, you should make the decision of which objectives you want to fight, which objectives you want to give. And when you're giving objectives, you need to create a lead somewhere else. So here I'm down for any fight that the enemy team gives us. Go for a little spear there. The spear like touched her butt. It's unfortunate. Not because we want to fight, we drove them out of their jungle. I just take his raptor as a little reward. You see how I'm, you know, because I know that I'm so strong, I'm making their whole experience around these Void Grubs really painful. But, you know, maybe a Challenger Kha'Zix would have just one-shot the dragon while we were doing Void Grubs, instead of trying to fight mid lane. So that's kind of the difference. A lot, well, you know, not the only difference. You know, the difference between Challenger and Masters is kind of everything. But small things like that, you know, you have to really be on top of your time management, because if you're spending time looking for a bad fight mid, and I know you can't win, I'll just kill you. So here, unfortunately, they had a ward in my jungle, which I just didn't expect. So that was my bad. But I played safe, used my flash. And then my Yone managed to actually kill him. So that's huge for me. But if you'll notice, like, if you've watched like my brand videos or my Lilia videos, I value farm a lot when I'm playing those champions. But when I'm playing Nidalee, I do value farm. I think farm is like one of the best things you can get as a jungler. But I value a lot of, you know, pressure on the enemy team. So sometimes I will spend some time, like here, I'm going out of my way to just sit here and cover my Jhin, because the Janna's not there. He's playing 1v2. I just want to make sure he can farm that wave and then get his reset off. But make sure there's no chance of him being dove. And here, instead of going to my topside camps, I want to run straight to the crab, because that's the most important thing to secure. If you think about it, you know, when you're even or ahead, what's the one camp that's like, you know, easy for the enemy jungler to steal from you? It's the crab, right? Because the crab is in the center of the map. Here, see, I have enough for double. I don't even know. Are those called amplifying tomes? I don't think so. Fiendish Codex. Double Fiendish Codex. Kind of a big power spike. A lot of cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is really overpowered on Nidalee. A lot of people will actually go Ionian boots. I think this game I probably should have went Ionian boots since I was the only AP on my team. But sorcerer boots kind of feel good. Like, they feel really strong, so I'm not sure. Here, since I have my upgraded smite, I want to get my smite damage on both the Gromp and the blue. And now I just want to walk straight in. Like, my Raptors are spawning, you know. But since I'm playing Nidalee, I want to prioritize getting into the enemy jungle. This is why I rushed tier 2 boots, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. I didn't really talk about it. But on Nidalee, it's like really strong to rush your boots so that you can be on the map faster, react to plays faster, you know, approach dives faster, pretty much just do everything faster than you would normally. Here I'm just on the Herald as it spawns, get that flower, and I don't have smite, but I know that they would be, you know, they'd have to be crazy to contest us here. They do go for a fight over here. When you're playing a fight like this, just be patient. They have numbers now since they cut our Janna. So all I'm playing for is spears. Make sure to heal myself and my teammates if they're low. This might be a little waste of time. I probably should have just went to my Raptors. But I just love throwing spears like this. You know, providing some kind of pressure. Hitting spears is not even like, you know, the biggest deal. The pressure you get from throwing spears and, you know, creating the illusion of threat for the enemy team is really strong. Here we win a fight. You always want to think to yourself, like, you know, what's something that I can take after winning a fight? So I immediately think that turret, and my Yone does too. So we take their turret, and then I go for his camps. Unfortunately, all these camps were down, but Yone got his Raptors. So, you know, that was well played by me and Yone. Every time you win a fight, kill the enemy jungler, look for something to take. So now I have a ton of gold again. I like to build Horizon Focus. So there's two different builds on Nidalee. One of them is like, if you think you're going to be fighting a lot against melee champions, like, you know, and you're playing against like Renekton or Galio or like any kind of tank, you want to go Conquer and just build Liantries and then Horizon Focus. Also here, guys, very important. Every time you're walking out of base, don't just be looking at your camps. Be looking at the map to see if you can, you know, react to some kind of play. I saw that my Jhin was in trouble, so I went straight to protect him. Got myself a double kill. It's huge value. And then I just take Dragon. But pretty much, so you have the Conquer build against, you know, tankier teams, bruisers and stuff. And when you're going that build, you wanna, instead of rushing boots, you wanna just get the Faded Ashes component for Liantries, and then you wanna build Liantries, and you wanna build boots, and then you wanna build Horizon Focus. And then for this build, you go Dark Harvest. I have Electrocute this game, so I think I misclicked my runes. But usually you want Dark Harvest, and the items for this build, you just rush Lichbane, and then you go Faded, or what's it called? Horizon Focus. And then on both builds for your third item, you're gonna want to go Zhonya's, because Zhonya's is one of the best items on Nidalee, because she's a, you know, she's an AP champion that wants to jump in. So if you're playing an AP champion that wants to jump in, you know, sometimes you're gonna be in an awkward position, and maybe your heal is on cooldown, or you used your heal at the beginning of the fight. You can, you know, Q, jump in, kill someone, press Zhonya's, and then by the time you get out of Zhonya's, you can jump away, turn back into human form, and heal yourself again. And so Zhonya's just gives you a lot of survivability. Gives you armor, which, you know, armor is like almost never a bad stat. Most of the time, people have more AD champions than AP. So here I see if I can save my Yone. Doesn't look like I can. I get a spear in the Kazakhs. See that the enemy team kind of wants to punish me here, so I just run away. Instantly smite the Raptors. Keep throwing spears. I get a kill on the back there. So I always want to make sure that, you know, you only want to jump in as Nidalee when you know you have the advantage. Otherwise, I'm just using my tiger form to kite away while I throw spears, heal myself an auto attack. It's really powerful to just, like, you know, throw a spear and then auto attack because your auto attack will have Lich Bane on it. Here I messed up. I don't know why I switched to Cougar form. A little awkward. But I actually hit this spear. Maybe I could have killed him if I kept chasing. Because I go red smite, my spears will slow them too. And then it's easy to catch up with your Cougar form. Now I have a ton of gold. Just build Zanya straight away. Zanya is also just really overpowered when you're far ahead. So that's what I'll build it here. Not that I build anything else. Sometimes when you go in the Landry's build, instead of building Zanyas, you can go Lich Bane if you want to have a little bit of fun. But most of the time, Zanya is the third item, just really solid. After Zanyas, it really like... It's like, you know, you probably should have ended the game already because you're playing Nidalee, but sometimes the game goes late. Just build, you know... You can build, you know, Void Staff or Crypto Bloom if they have a lot of magic resist. Or you can build Rabadons if you're far ahead. It's a lot of options, you know, just whatever works. You can pick Shadow Flame. Shadow Flame works pretty well for executing, so if you know, hit a spear, jump on someone in Q in your tiger form, pretty much one-shot them. Now I just keep throwing spears. Every time my spear hits, they get slowed. Yeah. Gotta see how I'm using my lead to just always be on them, punishing them. Not really farming my own jungle. When you're far ahead, farming your jungle is just, it's not like worth the time. It's a lot more worth it. Chunk out the enemy like I'm doing here. And play for their camps. See, I'm not even letting them play. And I'm just taking all their camps. Found Kha'Zix here. I kind of had a feeling that he would go for his blue buff. Jay steals that kill from me. All good. Yeah, I mean, a game like this, when you're this disgustingly ahead, you just keep taking their stuff. Keep pressuring their base. Let's walk straight back into their base. Baron hasn't even spawned yet. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want that brand guide. Or if you guys want a, you know, in-depth Nidalee guide or something. I do think Nidalee is one of the hardest champs to play, so it's like, you know, you can learn things, but you just have to play clean League of Legends to be really good with Nidalee. Picked up a random kill there. Like, for example, I mean, clearing on Nidalee is like, it's like kind of hard. But it's not really that hard if you put in a little bit of time to figure it out. But mostly it's just, you know, you don't have any CC. So you have to actually hit a lot of spears. use your heal well for your team and for yourself. And yeah, just try to push your lead always. Never give up. You know, put the pedal to the metal, hit the gas. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned something. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want. You guys want more of me commentating my own gameplay? And if you want me to do it on different champions, or if you want guides or something, or if you just want straight raw gameplay, you know. I don't know what you guys want, but I hope you guys subscribe and like the video. Drop a comment. Appreciate all of you guys for watching, and peace out.